first Sweeney May's plant rant. This is my very first video, you guys. So if you're like me, maybe you have, oops, maybe you jumped into the bandwagon of plants, indoor plants during quarantine, right? I never thought that I would actually be really good at keeping plants up because I've never tried, and I always thought that I would kill them. And so now that we were on quarantine, I'm home all day, and so I can actually really pay attention. And I started off with buying 3 plants, and then now I have, I think, about 20 plants. I haven't even counted because it's ridiculous. I don't have any dogs, I don't have any kids, I don't have any pets. So these plants are my babies. And for my very first video, I'm actually going to talk about pothos. And pothos are also called the devil's ivy. And my sister actually told me about them because they're actually a very good air filter for your home. And so there are different types of pothos. I only have 2. I have the and I don't know the actual terms for them, but I have like this green color pothos. I don't have the original tag on it, so I'm not sure what it's technically called, like species wise. And then I have the neon pothos, which, as you can see, it's brighter green. So I have the mother plant over there, which I should have grabbed. Get closer. I call this the mother plant because this is basically where I got my original cuttings. So I love pothos. First of all, they're like the kind that grows, vines. They get longer and longer, and if you attach them next to something, they're gonna eventually crawl into that, or they're just gonna fall like that, right? I have it on a terracotta pot. And so what I love about them is that they have like very random variegations on their leaves. Variegation is something like this, where it's not like a solid green leaf, but it has texture into it. So that's called variegation. I'm giving you guys terms I've learned through watching like hours and hours of plant videos. So yes, I'm just excited. Can you tell? So when I first got this pothos, the longest stem was probably this one, and it grew really fast into this. So I would cut them and propagate them, and propagating just means you cut them and you grow more of it, right? So when you cut them, you actually want to cut them, this is called a node. And if you don't cut them, let me focus. If you don't cut them right on the node, then it's not really going to grow roots, right? Because that's where the roots are coming from. Like, that's an air root. You see that little bump? It will extend out to an aerial root. Let's see if I have any example. Like, look at that. It's grown like into a little bit of long root right there. So you want to cut, like here, and then you want to cut right here, and then this piece right here, you will actually submerge that into water, or you can plant it straight to soil, and that's how you propagate them. So I'm going to show you. So this is the mother plant. This is the original plant I got all my green pothos cuttings from. Let's see. This is a propagating station that I bought on Amazon. I'm propagating, oops, I just spelled. I'm propagating other plants. So this is what I'm talking about when I say submerging them into water. And this is how I cut them. You see that? A little bit, maybe I should put on the camera, huh? A little bit of stem to the left and a little bit of stem to the right, and then it grows roots right underneath that, because that's where the node is, okay? And I submerged them in water. And these are the last few ones that were slow at growing their roots. But I have an entire pot full of them, okay? See, I'm going to show you how long these roots, can grow. I'm trying to not make a mess here. And let's see, let's pull one out. Look at that. When the roots are about at least 2 inches long, and that's longer than 2 inches, that's almost 4 inches, I think. I always kind of use my thumb, like this is an inch and then that's 2 inches ish. Look at how long and healthy these roots are. So that's what the roots look like. Let's see if we can focus. Yeah, very healthy roots, very long and healthy roots. Sometimes when you cut them on the nodes, there's 1 or 2 leaves, which is fine. Sometimes it's just 1 leaf and it's growing. Look how cute the variegation is. Okay, so these are ready to repot, or to pot. And I actually repotted this one a few weeks back. Maybe I should sit and get in the camera. A few weeks back, but it's not growing fast enough. So I was waiting for the rest of them to get properly grow roots so I can repot them on something like this, because I'm going to put it on top of my toilet. Yeah, air filter. Let's see how strong the air filters in this work in the bathroom. So pothos, I suggest, actually would be a great first plant for you if you don't have any plants, because they're very easy to take care of. They need a little bit of indirect light. So let's talk about lighting. You can put them under, well, first of all, they don't want direct sunlight, meaning there's no window filter, like direct heat on them. That could burn the leaves. But if you put them next to the window, then there's a glass that's filtering the light, and they get hit by sunshine that way, and that's fine. They can even survive in the dark. Well, not dark, because all plants need some kind of light, but they can survive in low light areas. So basically, when you buy a plant, what you want to do is take them home and figure out where you want to place them, and don't repot them, don't touch them. Typically, if you buy a plant, they're already watered, unless they're not, but like 9 times out of 10 when I buy the plants, they're already really like watered. So you don't even have to do anything for at least 1 week. Let them acclimate to the environment of your home, because the plants also need to acclimate to the humidity of your home, the temperature, and where you're going to put them as far as if they're getting enough light or not. Then you want to observe them for about a week to see if they like that spot, or maybe you need to move them somewhere else. But definitely don't repot them right away. I've had this one for 2 weeks already. So when it comes to soil, I don't really have a perfect formula, but so far what's worked for me is to mix a couple of different soils. So I have this soil, let me grab it. I have these right here, and as you can see, this is already empty. This is a potting mix, moisture control. So you don't want to overwater your plant. So I kind of use a mix of everything, a moisture control potting mix. And since we're potting these roots and we want them to grow, I'm also doing a little bit of a seed starter potting mix, because it's specially formulated for fast root development. I want them to grow fast. And then I use a little bit of the cactus, palm, and citrus mix, because they're coarser, and you don't want your soil to be super dense, because that will cause root rot. When the roots cannot breathe and there isn't a separation between the soil, that's just too dense. The roots need a little bit of oxygen. So the other thing that you actually need is perlite, and I'm gonna grab it. Perlite is this white thing that you see, and what it does is it helps separate the soil so that it's not so dense. And I usually, well, first of all, I love my gloves, because I don't want, dirt to go all under my nails and everything. I'm a plant mom, but I'm I guess high maintenance plant mom, I don't know. I have my tools, my gloves. So I've mixed the soil already that I showed you in here, and nicely mixed right there. And then I will probably put like a handful or 2 handfuls of perlite. I can eye it, so I don't have to actually use my hands, but I can kind of tell how much perlite I need just based off of experience. So you just mix it. And then, so let me see. I'm going to start with a bigger pot actually. Let's see. We're going to start with this. So you want to line it with soil first, like about maybe 3/4 or a little bit less than that. Let's see. Or 1/4 of the pot. Because some of these pothos, I'm looking at it, and some of them actually have long stems already. So I need them to go deep into the pot so they don't stick out so much. Because I kind of want to design it so it's bushy at the top, right? This is what I love about potting and repotting, because you can kind of make your plants look the way you want to, and you can manipulate your plants to grow the way you want them to. And if you're listening to me right now, thank you for listening in. Please subscribe. I'm gonna have more plant videos for you. I've already actually shot a lot of videos, and I am just gonna edit them soon. So when you repot something from like its nursery pot, this plastic pot right here, how you can get them out of the pot safely is you want to kind of squeeze around it to loosen up the soil, and you want to tug on it just lightly, because you don't want to damage the roots. And this, I know, is still a baby pothos, because I just repotted this like, I want to say 3 weeks ago. It might have been 2. So I slightly am grabbing, and it's good that it's not so easy to grab them up. That means that their roots have been like settling in there. So I'm going to loosen up the soil a bit more. Actually, I have more tools, but I don't want to get up one more time. I can do this with my hands, you guys. Grab. Okay. Loosen it up some more. Sometimes it is a bit of a challenge, and sometimes a bit of a struggle to grab. And then it's okay. Like, you don't want to damage the soil, but plants are very resilient. Okay. Oh, I'm so proud of them. I'm going to use some of that soil too that I used already, so I'm just going to mix it in. So, oh, I love it. I think that the roots grew a little bit more. So this is them right here. I'm gonna mix my green pothos and then my neon pothos in one pot, because I think it's gonna be super pretty. So I'm gonna set this down. I kind of use like a box. I just literally got my shipment from Amazon of these things. I'm using the box so I don't make too much of a mess, because I'm using my dining table, you guys. I wish I had an outside patio, but I don't. One day I will. So I'm mixing up the soil with the soil from that pothos, and then here's another one. I'm gonna have to take this out, and also do the same tactic, is squeeze the planter and loosen up the soil. I think it's better when you repot things and the soil is not wet. I like it when it's dry, because when it's dry you can easily pull them out. Oh my god, look at that, you guys. Look how healthy those roots are. Oh my god. Okay, I'm geeking out right now. This is amazing. Like, okay, I'm trying not to make a mess, so I guess I'm gonna drag this over. That's amazing. This is what I love about plants, is because they're just, look at how healthy those roots are, and it's like winding around and around its pot. That means that it was root bound and it was like ready to get repotted. Root bound just means that it's starting to outgrow its pot, and it's time to repot it and give it a new home that's bigger and it can grow better than that. Oh my god, I want to take want to take a picture of this. So hold on, I'm gonna go grab my other phone and take a picture. Or actually, I think I can take a picture without taking a video. Okay, let me try that again. I'm gonna take a picture. Look at this. This is crazy. Yes. Look at that, baby. I'm just so amazed. I'm just so amazed at like how the roots grow that way. You know, you can see it like went around and around the pot. Unless it was planted that way, but that's a really long root. Like, nursery people, they don't repot. Like, It's hard to repot a pothos with really long roots already, because then you have to wind it around the pot. So I'm pretty sure that the roots weren't that long when someone repotted them. But now my challenge is going to be, see how much of a mess it is? My challenge is going to be loosening up everything. You see that? I'm loosening, I hope you guys can see that. Breaking off the soil without breaking off the roots. And if I had a chopstick or a kebab stick right now, I would probably start poking around it to loosen up the soil. So, but this is good. This means that this plant is super duper duper healthy. And to be quite honest, I actually cut them, and that's where I have all these neon pothos already propagated, because I cut it from this little thing from a 4-inch pot. And yes, exciting, huh? Exciting. Baby pothos. Not so baby, because it wants to grow out of this pot. It's calling my name and saying, "Mommy, mommy, I'm too big for this pot." Y'all think, y'all might think I'm crazy. But you know what they say, if you talk to your plants, they grow better and healthier and faster. You always hear people say, talk to your plants. And I don't think it's the talking that really matters. I think that when you're technically talking to your plants, you're paying attention to your plants. So in the time that you're talking to them, you're actually paying attention, and paying attention to your plants help them become healthier, because the plants that aren't really healthy are the ones that you're not paying attention to. Like you don't know that leaves are wilting and maybe you need to reposition, or maybe you need to water. So when you talk to your plants, you're paying attention to them. Ooh, look at them roots. Okay. Now the fun part is arranging them in this pot. I feel like, I hope that's enough. I don't think that's enough soil, because you know what? They need more soil at the bottom so they can grow into their pot. Of course, their roots are going to vine out the way they want to. But like I said, the fun part is knowing that you can manipulate how your plants grow. So here we go. We're just putting it down there. And then it's all about placement, right? It's like arranging a flower, basically. But this is actually the first time I'm repotting it in a rectangular pot like this. All my pots have been round, so there's no rhyme or reason, and I might find my rhyme and reason one day, but there's no rhyme and reason of how I'm doing this. I'm basically taking the plants and placing them where I want them. That's all I'm doing. Oh, they're so cute, little single ones. This one has a little damaged leaf, but that's fine. That's fine. The roots are healthy. It's going to vine out and grow into more of it, basically. Okay, I think I'm gonna need. Some of them are too short for, like I told you, the neon group that I just put in there was long already. So I probably will add more soil and then top it off with the shorter leaves. That's what I'm gonna do. Beautiful. I'm gonna add more on the sides. It's just that the other leaves I have are shorter. Okay. This one is a little short too. Like, it has a long leaf and then has a short leaf. So, and it has a dead leaf. Oops, so we're taking that out. So now that we have this, grab a soil, just grab it with my hand with a glove, because I don't like to get my hands too dirty. Add some soil in there to secure their spot. I want them in the center. So I've been having issues like centering my plants, because I would pot them and I would think they're in the center, and then later on I'm like, it's a little bit to the side. So it takes a little practice, which is why I love this, because there's like a lot of like learning curve. So I love learning new things, and I love like soaking in like new information. So this is like a perfect quarantine hobby for me. It's working for me, guys. Okay, a little bit more to this side. I'm still making a mess despite my effort of doing it on top of a box, because I still see, well, I'm just gonna have to clean after this. Okay, so let's see here, and you press a little bit to let them settle in. And like I said, it is a little bit of work because some of them are laying down. I'm like, okay, don't lay down, I want you to be upright, obviously, for obvious reasons. So just add soil where you think you need them. And I know I'm wearing gloves, but sometimes they get a little annoying, so I would take them off and get my hands dirty anyway. So it's like, nice try, Sweeney, trying to be clean and all. I wish I could have like maybe pointed the camera. I mean, I'm gonna learn as I go here, but as far as how to film myself doing these things. So like this, I'm just gonna poke a hole and find a place for it, right? But all the roots need to be submerged. But it's okay, I'm gonna add more soil on top. So I poked a hole and stuck it in there, and then kind of just moved the dirt around. Same with this baby here. Poke a hole on the side, right here. And I'm mixing them, right? I'm mixing, like, you normally would not see this being sold this way, like mixed. But I was gonna get another kind, so I had 3 different kinds and mixed them. But sometimes I have to stop myself because I feel like I'm spending too much money on plants. It's the new hobby. Where's the other short one? Oh, I'm running out of green. I might have to cut from the mother plant and just pot them that way. Okay. Let's see. I'm making a mess, you guys. You're seeing me doing this trial and error thing. See this root? Oh, it's so healthy. I'm so proud of my little projects. I'm gonna have to kind of like help place the roots so they'll continue to grow down. So they're still kind of loose, I still need to add more soil to top. I'm trying not to finish up all the green pothos I have because I still have a smaller vase that I want to fill with more pothos green ivy. I'm just poking a hole and inserting the 1 leaf there, and then making sure that I'm submerging the root, which I didn't do a good job of doing right now. Okay, let's try that again. Poke a hole deep enough, then put the roots in first, and then move the dirt. Yay! I think I'm pretty satisfied with the way I've placed them. It's hard to manipulate them sometimes because there's so many of them. There's so many single ones, and Unless I have a second hand, it's really hard. Just moving the dirt around, and I'm gonna show you guys up close and personal how imperfect this thing looks. But the thing is, they grow so fast, you guys, and I'm excited to put it in my bathroom because they love moisture, I think. And so, you know, when you shower and you create all that humidity from, you know, taking showers, I'm gonna have to clean and make it all neat and clean the leaves because some of the leaves got dirt on them. But I'm gonna show you how. I might need another leaf on that side. Just shaking it off so I don't make more mess. Shaking off the soil so when I lift it up to the camera, it's not gonna make too much of a mess. Don't you love this? I got this pot on Amazon. Okay. So here's the finished product. As you can see, I might put one more in there because there's like a little hole. But so far, I'm happy with it, you guys. I'm gonna just mess with it a little bit more and make it perfect. But ta-da! Yes, like there's a little hole. I'm gonna fix that. Yay! So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to do the same thing for my little one. And I think that I'm actually going to cut new cuttings from the mother plant right here. Because I can already tell I don't have enough green. So when I cut it, it's just gonna, I'm not gonna water propagate it because I'm excited to just pot them in the soil. In the new pot, I mean. So we'll see how that goes, and maybe I'll do a second video later on to see how they're growing, right? So bye guys, I'm gonna do another one, and maybe show a picture at the end of this of what the two pots look like after I've spent more time perfecting them, okay? So thank you guys for tuning in to Sweeney May's Plant Rant. And this is just one of many videos I'm going to put up here because since I'm spending way too much time with my plants, I figured that I should just make videos because I love doing this anyway. So tune in, subscribe, and leave comments below if you have any suggestions. Like I said, I am not an expert at all, so if there's anything I said that you could correct me or give me ideas, just comment down below. I don't know why I whispered. Comment down below if you didn't hear that. All right, it's enough. I can talk forever, and I'm by myself here. Bye, guys.